This is Greg from Grevic Dies with part 2 of putting a handle on a custom blade. Please like our videos and subscribe to our channel. We're going to get started. This blade has been heat treated, tempered, and is ready to go. Okay, next thing is to surface the blade. We have to get the blade nice and smooth so the scales will fit on it and we can end up with a final finished product. Okay, the initial surfacing is completed on this side. It's nice and smooth. You can see that the initial bevels were already cut, so that part hasn't been touched. You can see the basic design, what's going to be in there, the bevels, the flat surface for the cheeks, and the handle is all set up ready for the next level. We're going to surface it up to 220. This was started at 120. We're going to surface it to 220 before we go to the next step. And now we do the same thing on this side. Okay, here you can see what the blade looks like after it's been surfaced to 400 grit. The next step will be to cut in the bevels. The initial bevel was cut in prior to heat treat. That's why it wasn't touched. The bevels have to be almost completed before I cut the scales. Okay, here we're set up with the jig. I use a jig to cut my bevels because with the damage on my elbows and my hands and my shoulders, I can't make a straight line without it. The jig makes your life a whole lot easier once you learn how to do it. Okay, here we go. Okay, here's the blade all set up and ready to put handles on it. Well, we finished the bevels up to 400 grit. We started at 120, went 120, 220, then finally with the 400. The bevel edge is down to about 1.5 hundredths, which is 15 thousandths. We're not going to put a swedge on this one because we figured this one's going to look good without it. So it's ready for the scales. And that's going to be the next step. We're ready to put scales on it. Okay, here we are back in the shop. We've got the knife that's all set up, ready to put the scales on. We've got the scales that we've already cut. They've been leveled, smoothed, ready for mounting, and they are bookend matched. One piece that we split in half earlier. The pins we're going to be using are mild steel. We've cut 3 pins to fit. Next step, put it on the drill press and get going. First thing we check is to make sure the pins, the 3/16 pins, fit in the 3/16 holes. They're a little bit tight, so it's going to make it very difficult to put the pins in while we're drilling. So, we're going to do the Dremel tool. Check the pins. Perfect fit. Okay, and we lock it down. Safety first, always lock down your product that you're drilling. And we have our first hole drilled. Now on to sizing it for the 3/16 pins. And now we check for the size of the pin, make sure it goes in the hole. Okay. Has to be a snug fit. And there she goes. On for the next hole. Okay, we have the knife set back on the block, pinned in place, so the next holes will be placed perfectly. Now we take it up, lock it down. And we're ready for hole 2. The reason we drill each side independently is because when you get your pins in, they'll line up perfectly on both sides. We'll mount this piece to the second piece and drill from the other side through the second block. Okay, now on to go with sizing that hole. Okay, I have my 2 blocks taped together. I've got the holes drilled from that were mounted on the knife. We're going to go through the holes to drill the bottom block, making the holes in the center identical to the blade. And now we'll ream this one also. Okay, we've got all 3 holes drilled and reamed and set up. We've got the 2 blocks pinned together. Now we're going to set the knife on the pins on top of the block, and we're going to put the pattern of the knife on the block for profiling. It's perfect. And we have the profile of the knife on the blocks. Okay, we have the pattern on the scales. We're going to go ahead and do a rough profile around it so it's easier to set the profile up once it's mounted to the knife. Here we go. Okay, it is all set up, rough profiled. Cameraman couldn't get a good video of it because all she could see was my hands and a cloud of dust. Had to leave because of the dust. Okay, always use safety equipment. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to actually fit it to the knife. Okay. And it's together. A little bit of cleanup there and there and there, and we can continue with the next step of the scales. Hi, I'm Greg with Grevic Knives. If you're enjoying our series, please like and subscribe to our channel. If you have any comments, Please leave comments in the comment section. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section. We'll either cover them in another video or I'll get back in touch with you via the comments. The next series will cover shaping the handle to make it contour to the hand, finishing it, smoothing it out to the edge of the blade, bonding it to the knife, and ending up with a completed project. Might not look like that, but it'll be a completed knife ready for the table.
Thank you.
Thank you.